This is the Compressions knee brace. And, you know, normally I make a comment with these types of items about whether it's, well made or not, because that's usually the first thing I notice about uh, these types of items. But in this case, the first thing I actually noticed about this knee brace when I opened up the plastic package was the really bad chemical smell that this product seems to have immediately after you open it. It seems to be a common issue with materials made of this type of, I don't know what you call soft silicone or a combination of silicone and cloth, but it seems to be common with stuff made out of this material. But, one thing I kind of wish that companies would start doing with these types of items is airing them out so that they really don't knock you down basically with the bad smell, because it really kind of makes a bad impression, uh, you know, when you have such a bad smell out of a product. The one good thing, at least I found with this knee brace though, is that the smell faded after a few hours, so it wasn't nearly as bad unless you just really, held it up close to your face. But it did fade after a few hours. Now, this particular knee brace fits, well enough on my knee, but if you have a larger leg or a taller, or you're a taller, bigger person, I'm 5'8", then probably this will be a little too small for you. I suggest measuring the circumference of your knee and leg above and below the knee for, to gauge whether this will be a proper fit, because this goes up to about 18 inches, but and even for me, it did feel a little small too. So, the brace though, it does, I'll show you up close here, it does seem pretty well padded. It's and fairly supportive in most circumstances, although I do think it's a bit short in length overall on coverage for the area of the knee. I do feel like it could be a little bit larger in that area. And it isn't as comfortable seated as I would like. The one of the stripes here comes down the middle of the joint of your knee, or the bend of your knee, and when you're seated, it really kind of, is a little bothersome. So, but the Velcro straps are, again, there's 3 of them, as you can see here. They seem to be made pretty well. They hold pretty tightly. There's a kneecap hole here. But this does get a bit hot when you're wearing it, so it's similar to these types of products. So most of these kind of get hot and don't breathe as well as they should. And this one's no different. Now, the one thing about this, though, is I did get a little irritation on my leg, and I'm not sure if it's because of the material, and I'll show you on the inside. This striping here, like a silicone striping that's designed to kind of help hold the brace in place. I don't know whether it's, got a little irritation because of that material or because it rubbed my leg a little bit as I wore it. I'm not sure if this will get better with using this, or maybe I need to try to position it better. I'm not sure. But, if you have sensitive skin like I do, this may irritate you a little. I'm not really sure with that striping on the inside. Also, not a big deal though with this is it's got a double C logo, I think that is, but as you can see if I hold it up closely, this is already starting to peel off. It's not a huge deal, but again, it's one of those impression things, kind of like the smell that that makes an impression. Now I've got this on to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like, at least on me. Again, I do feel it's a little short lengthwise overall, but like I said, it is supportive though. So, but for a large, if you need a larger size, or you're a taller, bigger person, then this probably won't fit on your leg. Overall, this is an okay knee brace, really, once you get past the initial bad smell of the material. But again, it's not one size fits all, type of leg brace, I do feel it needs to be a little bit longer overall on your leg. It lacks a bit of comfort when you're seated, and I think it's mainly because of that middle strap there that kind of is in the bend. And the silicone striping, at least for me, seems to kind of irritate my skin a little bit. Overall, I give this knee brace 3.5 stars.